with the Yankees. That in 15 games and 8 starts, but the home run ball was a problem for him with New York. 12 home runs allowed in 78 innings, and against the Red Sox back in July, a franchise record 5 home runs allowed against the Red Sox. I remember we did that game, and it was just incredible. Weaver just had his head, dropped down to his side the whole time. He had nothing that day at all.
Well, certainly was a bit of a disappointment for the Yankees after coming over. It appeared to be one of those great Yankee acquisitions at the right time, but it never really worked out. Forward with the idea of putting him in the rotation, a spot that he appeared to be comfortable in his years with the Tigers. He will face 6, 7, and 8 for the Red Sox here in the 4th. Hillenbrand, Nixon, and Mirabelli are scheduled. Trot is indeed on deck as Shea stands in. A single his first time up. This is a tad low, and it's now 2-0 to Hillenbrand. Spent parts of 4 years with the Tigers, was a 13-game winner in 2001 for the Detroit Tigers. It was a losing year for him from a record standpoint, but his highest win total, as he was 13-16 back in 2001. Originally breaking onto the scene in '99 with the Tigers, his first year in the major leagues. On the ground, backhanded by Jeter. Gets it there in plenty of time. 1 down.
Weaver always very tough on right-handers. He's got that 3/4 delivery, good sinking fastball. Also throws the big sweeping breaking ball. And of course, that breaking ball was a lot of the problem for him when he got to the Yankees last year. It just kind of flattened out for him, and he gave up a lot of home runs. A little different atmosphere pitching at Yankee Stadium than in Detroit.
America. Certainly is, and it appeared to snowball for the 26-year-old. Tall and lanky, listed at 6'5", 200 pounds as he spins Trot out of the way. Eight starts last year for the Yankees in 15 total games after the midseason trade. A total of 78 innings for him, and wrapped things up with a 4.04 ERA by year's end. And there for the strike to Nixon. Trot grounded out to second base his first time.
And generally, too, Weaver will hit his share of guys throughout the season because he's not afraid to pitch inside. To
right, but foul. That'll hit the short fencing down there. Nixon has added some weight during the offseason. Most of it in terms of adding strength for Trot. He feels his legs are much stronger than before. Also battled giving up chewing tobacco during the offseason, which he felt added some pounds. Goes lunging after that pitch. First strikeout for Jeff Weaver, 2 down.
See, that's a pitch there that Weaver absolutely has to have against lefties, a changeup. And throughout his career, he's not had a real good one. Good one here, though, to Trot Nixon. You see that ball down and away, and had Nixon off balance way out on his front foot.
So Trot's 0 for 2, 2 down in the last of the 4th inning. Doug Mirabelli flied to right his first time. Doug last year ended up the season with 7 homers, and he hit .225 in limited action for the Red Sox. Jason Varitek doing the bulk of the catching. The season before, when he came over to the Red Sox from the Texas Rangers, had a chance to play a lot more when Varitek went down with the fractured elbow. But of course, Jason was pretty much healthy all last year. Always kind of amazed me, the backup catcher role where you play maybe on a day game after a night game, but some of those guys were able to keep their timing, and it appears Mirabelli's one of those guys. On the corner, and it evens up at 2-2.
He's pretty tough against left-handed pitches, and they try to spot him in those games when you get a lefty on the mound. Matter of fact, there's been some talk about maybe playing in some first base this season against lefties. I haven't seen him work over there yet this spring.
Strikes out here. It's back-to-back Ks for Jeff Weaver. He enjoys a 1-2-3 fourth. We're done with 4. It's the Red Sox 3, the Yankees 2.
You turn to the Globe for the story after the game. Now you can get the same award-winning writing, reporting, and analysis before the game on NESN. The Boston Globe pregame report is more than your average pregame show. Tune in 1/2 hour before game time for complete game day analysis, and you'll also get news, notes, and commentary on New England sports and more. Know the score before the game with the Boston Globe pregame report. Take on the Hurricanes in Carolina. Coverage begins at 6:30 only on NESN.
March Madness begins in Kingston, Rhode Island, and that can only mean one thing: the 2003 Atlantic 10 Women's Basketball Championship at the Ryan Center on the campus of the University of Rhode Island. The action starts on Thursday, March 6th and Friday, March 7th, with opening round and quarterfinal games, followed by the semifinal doubleheader on Saturday, March 8th, which will determine the site of the Atlantic 10 Championship game on Monday, March 10th. For tickets, call Ticketmaster at 401-331-2211. The 2003 Atlantic 10 Women's Basketball Championship, March 6th through 8th at the Ryan Center, the hottest game in town.
For scores, interviews, highlights, and more, tune in to NESN Sports Desk. It's a fast-paced 15 minutes of what you need to get your morning sports fix. NESN Sports Desk, morning starting at 5. Now back to Don and Jerry in Florida.
The Yankees get 2 back in the top of the 4th inning. The Red Sox will use their 3rd pitcher of the afternoon, the tall right-hander Juan Pena, into the game.
Back in 1999, Pena's made 2 starts for the Red Sox, had a record of 2-0 with an 0.69 ERA. Then Tommy John surgery in the long road back. Only 8 games in 2001 and 17 games last year at Pawtucket, where he had a 4-11 record. Pena making his 2nd appearance of this spring. Worked a couple of innings Saturday against Pittsburgh, allowing 1 run on 3 hits in those 2 innings.
It's really been a long road back for Juan Pena. Certainly a very promising beginning to his Red Sox career, and then a line drive that came back at him, hitting him in the elbow right here at City of Palms Park. Then the Tommy John surgery. Had great success coming up through the Red Sox system, including a no-hitter for the Pawtucket Red Sox. Faces Marcus Thames as we begin the top of the 5th inning. Juan born in the Dominican but resides in Miami during the offseason. Sharply hit to third. Hillenbrand appeared a little indecisive but still able to pull it off, and he retires Marcus Thames.
Well, when you get a hop down at third base like he did earlier in the game that hit him off the chest, that does make you a little bit indecisive at times. You know, these hot, warm days down in Florida really dry out the infield in a hurry, and they at times can become pretty hard to make those plays on ground ball. Although I must say they do a very nice job with this field here in Fort Myers.
Have you noticed that it is brand new?
I have noticed on, yes.
Yes, very, very nice.
Well, actually, I haven't noticed, but I read about it in the newspaper.
You don't seem as excited about it as I am. I mean, this is brand new field.
Is it?
Yes.
What do you mean? The whole thing is
The
done?
whole thing. David Meller, who does such a fine job at Fenway Park, came down here very early this year, and they redid all the sod and the infield.
The dirt's all new, too?
Well, I don't know about that. It may be the same dirt, but they redid it.
It's very, very nice. I mean, you look at it and you want to go down there and you want to take some ground balls. You know, that's how beautiful it looks. Look at that. Isn't that pretty?
I'm surprised there are not more patterns since David Miller did it. No designs or anything in the outfield. And able to groove one in there, and it's 3-1.
When did you get to Florida? About January 20th?
I've been here since December. No, I've been here since February 13th.
Really?
Yeah.
What were you doing?
I was doing some reports.
Oh, reports from the fort.
Yes. Yes, sir. And to first base goes Hernandez, the number 9 hitter. They checked with Merriweather, said he didn't offer.
Now batting for the Yankees, number 12, the second baseman, Alfonso Soriano.
How long have you been down? A week?
What day is today?
Today is Tuesday.
It'll be a week on Thursday.
Now, I understand as part of your new deal, you were staying off-site in very nice accommodations on a golf course. And is there a gate in front of your condo? I mean,
yes, it is a gated community.
Big gate.
And as a matter of fact, I left message at the front gate. If some guy named Zorcillo tries to get in here, do not allow him.
I haven't tried that yet, but I had a feeling if I did go to the gate that I wouldn't be able to get in. I was thinking of passwords, maybe Rem Dog, or maybe push some buttons and see if one combination would work to get me in. But
you would never guess my password down there.
Soriano's 0 for 2 as he waves at that offering. He's fly to right and struck out. His third at bat of the day. A lot of the Yankees regulars hanging around for the middle portion of this game.
Hey, this looks like a 3 at bat day for most guys. You're about that stage, first week or so of spring training. Guys would like to get about 3 at bats and fly.
Hernandez with a very short lead at first, held on by David Ortiz. And Soriano fooled on that pitch. Juan Pena, his first strikeout, 2 down.
Plus, anytime a pitcher is coming off Tommy John surgery, that elbow surgery, you know, you got to look at a couple of years before hopefully he's back to 100%. That's a changeup there, down and in to Soriano for the strikeout. That first year back, obviously, you're just wondering if your elbow's going to stay intact every time you make a pitch. A lot of indecision, you know, you question yourself. And once you can make it through 1 year healthy, then your confidence level certainly goes up.
Juan turned into a non-roster invitee. He was on the 40-man roster, but with the acquisition of Kevin Millar, was taken off. But after all of this, he's still just 25 years of age. He flew through the Red Sox organization and still has plenty of time left in terms of his age. His opposite field will drop in for a fair ball. Hitting for third, maybe beyond goes Hernandez. He'll get there and be stopped by Randolph. In the second base with a double goes Chris Latham. Not hit hard, but well placed, and the Yankees have 2 in scoring position.
Yeah, just a little chip shot down that left field line, just inside the chalk. Slicing it off the bat of the left-hander, and then Karen's into foul territory. Randolph waving that run around, and right at the last minute makes him put on the brakes as Manny feels that ball clean down the left field line.
Look at the right guy coming up if you're a Yankees fan. Derek Jeter will stand in. 1 for 2 with a double his last time up. Jeter has come up with a number of great awards over the course of his career. One of the neat things that he did back in 2000, a double of sorts, named the MVP of the All-Star game as well as the World Series that season. In the air to left center field. Johnny Damon headed back, still going, looking up, it's gone. Up off the scoreboard, a 3-run shot for Derek Jeter. First home run of the spring, and the Yankees have pulled ahead.
Once again, Jeter, a low ball right here. Ball down about knee high and just golfs it out towards center field. Just underneath the scoreboard for the home run. Jeter picks up his first home run and his first 3 RBI of the spring.
Well, the Yankees who at one point trailed 3-0. 5 unanswered runs, 2 in the 4th and 3 so far here in the top of the 5th inning. Giambi responsible for one of those runs on sac flies last time up. Laces this to right down towards the corner. It is gone. That's just up over the wall. Back-to-back shots for Jeter and Giambi. And the Yankees now lead it 6-3 just like that.
I don't know if we have a clock on this one, but it didn't take very long to get out of here. A line drive home run by Giambi. Top spin line drive right over the top of the wall in right field. So that little slice double by Latham kept this inning alive, and since had nothing but trouble. Jeter a 3-run home run, Giambi back-to-back.
Seventh man to bat in the inning against Juan Pena is Juan Rivera. He's been on base twice. Has reached on a single and an error so far. Hits it softly towards Garcia Parra. A hard, accurate throw is there, and plenty of time to retire the side. But back-to-back home runs for the Yankees. Jeter and Giambi combined. The Yankees score 4 times and lead it 6-3.